Calls for handling a potentially sick and harmful animal are once again questioned in Springfield. Western Mass News has exclusive video and spoke with concerned residents who spotted a possibly rabid skunk yesterday, and their calls to the city for help went unanswered. This happening only 2 months after a city leader's handling of a possibly infected raccoon led to many questions. Western Mass News' Abby Carnevale is getting answers.
I saw it yesterday. So we were driving by and we saw it and thought it was a cat at first, and then we were like, oh, there's a skunk out in the daytime. That was concerning.
And not just any skunk. Western Mass News cameras were in the right place at the right time on Wednesday. The place? Outside St. Michael's School in Springfield. The time? Around 3 p.m. This is when our cameras were rolling and captured a skunk, behaving erratically, walking in circles, possibly rabid. All while children were headed home for the day.
We don't want another case where someone is running over another animal. That is so inhumane.
If a rabid skunk came up and was attacking me, I have my rake. I don't think I could condemn the fire department guy. I think you do what you need to do in an emergency situation, and I'm alarmed.
Nancy Domenicelli lives less than a block from the school and saw it all firsthand. The fire department guy she's referring to is Springfield Fire Commissioner BJ Calvi. In late February, video captured him hitting a potentially rabid raccoon with a vehicle in order to quickly prevent the animal from hurting someone. The reason for his method was no one being available to address the animal's condition.
I would call 311 because they have all the information.
Which was the exact first move of a school volunteer and parent on Tuesday afternoon after seeing the skunk. The volunteer tells Western Mass News she was then given what looked like a cell phone number that when called went to voicemail and later no response.
It's going to voicemail? Yeah, not good.
What are your thoughts knowing this is possibly happening again and those calls still went unanswered?
It's not a secret, and nothing has been done about that. And it's a major concern. We should be responded to when we call 311 or the numbers that they give us.
Western Mass News watched the skunk in the area of St. Michael's School from 3:15 to 5:15 and made calls to several agencies to assess the animal. To our knowledge, no one ever came to check and handle the possibly infected animal. Residents just want to avoid repeating the past.
I've dealt with a rabid fox in my old neighborhood, and it actually bit somebody, a little kid. So, yeah, I'm very concerned.
Yeah.
So who's going to deal with this?
Who do we turn to? Who do we turn to? And that's the major problem here. We definitely don't want what we saw not too long ago to be repeated.
The Springfield Police Department tells us they only respond to calls that involve collisions with animals. And in this kind of case, it would fall under the city's Health and Human Services Department.
Even if I see an animal that looks like it's struggling to survive, I would like to know who I can call to get that animal the help that it needs, even if it has to be euthanized.
Helen Colton Harris, the Health and Human Services Commissioner, tells us they don't have a record of yesterday's skunk, but if a resident comes across a potentially rabid animal, they need to call the city's animal inspector. Ultimately, it shouldn't be up to the residents.
I sure I'd hope I don't have to use my rake.